So it has been a very busy month since you last saw me. Not only have I had a lot of games to play through and also the January transfers where I've been trying to shift on a few players as well as bring some in, but I've been trying to sort out the tactics that we've been using and it has had mixed success, to say the least. So let's go and see how we show up against Inter Milan and AC Milan as we take on the Milan double. Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legend Club 3 episode 10 with RC Lons. My name is Craig and Cup. In today's episode, not only do we have transfers to go through, but also the two Champions League matches, as I mentioned, against Inter Milan and AC Milan, as we try and chase what would seem a quite unlikely top 8 finish. I mean, you never know. Stranger things have happened in the world of Football Manager. Now, since you were last with me, like I said in the intro, it's been mixed results when I've been trying to make changes to our tactic and how we play. When it comes to the French Cup matches, success. We're into the 11th round of the tournament, where we play Lille later in the month. But when it comes to the league matches, we're still hard to beat, but we've now drawn 5 of the last 6, including against PSG and Marseille in recent matches. But hey, like I said, in positive news, we are harder to beat. And that's what matters. What also matters is I need to get us scoring goals. Givotti has been scoring as often as he can in league matches. Loa Sapenda, although he's now injured, I don't really know how to describe it. It's like we can't really attack, but at the same time we can defend, but at the same time we also seem to just concede very sloppy goals, which kind of says we need to get that better caliber of player into the club. Just show you the league table quickly. We are sitting in 5th. We have dropped out of the top 4 positions because of all those draws, but Monaco and Troyes have also been dropping points themselves, as has Lyon, which means PSG are just getting away from us at the top of the league. Surprise, surprise. And it's kind of forced my hand into the transfer market, of which we have made a few signings. Now, first up, we're going to go through the players who have actually left. We already know Sebastian Vegas. He left for up to £4.7 million for Al Sadd in Qatar. Next up, Facundo Medina. I did say in the last episode I'd be happy to see him go because he just wasn't playing. And even when he was, I just wasn't convinced by his performances. He was very slow in bringing the ball down. When it was in the air, he always just used his head instead of his chest, whereas all my other defenders will happily just try and bring the ball down. But we have sold him on to Fulham in the Premier League for £12 million. Nice little profit. They bought him for £4 million a good 9 years ago. He's been a long-serving player. The fans weren't happy to see him go. We were going to have to see him off eventually, and that has been the case. Next up out the door as well is Samuel Vinato, not permanently, just on a loan to FC Nantes, also in the same league. This is just to get him some experience because whenever he has played, he just hasn't shown what he's all about. Yeah, oh, hang on, that's for Nantes, okay? He's played 1 game for Nantes already and racked up a 6.9. Solid. But yes, he's only started 1 game for us. Actually, 3 games for us, including the Cup, and he got 1 assist. It's not quite what I was expecting, but it's worth noting I did bring him in, or rather agreed to bring him in a year previously in January, so he'd come in at the end of the season. I didn't anticipate we'd already be in Europe by that point, so I think it was just a case of we just bypassed him. He could actually stay at Nantes beyond the end of the season because he has a £1.5 million optional future fee. Not bad for a player who we brought in on a free, so I'll be happy to sell him on unless he has a massively great season at Nantes, in which case we will be bringing him back. Also, Adolfo Cotrupi, who actually came in a few days ago. He actually came in back in August, I think, or September. I didn't show him then because he was still on loan at his original club in, where was it, Argentina? Yeah, Argentina. He saw out the season with them, arrived to us for £23,000. This is a director of football signing, by the way. He's gone back on loan for the entire season to Argentina. Absolutely fine. I think he's one of those players who will probably just try and sell on unless he again has a very, very good loan spell, in which case we'll try and use him, assuming we got the non-EU spaces to use. We don't at the moment. They're all full, all 4 spaces. Now, as far as players coming in goes, Riyad Soltani is the first one on loan from Rennes. My God, look at his value. My. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential player. Actually, I should be using this guy more, shouldn't I? He can play. Okay, we'll come to that in a moment, especially when I show you the tactic. I've just realised how good this guy could actually be for us. He's not played a game yet because he's only just arrived, quite literally, at the beginning of the month, and he's not been match fit. But he has played in League On before, not been massively impressive, but hopefully we'll turn that around. He is a League On player, could still improve a lot. He's behind a lot of players, but all these players are going to be playing in completely separate positions, or they're just injured for the most part. Looking at you, Jorgensen, you've just come back from another injury. Next signing, and a big one at that, big name that everybody's going to recognise, is Thomas Lemar, the 33-year-old French international, former World Cup winner, also a former Ligue 1 and La Liga winner with Monaco, PSG and Atletico Madrid respectively. He is a big game player, consistent performer, relishes big matches, but also he has model citizen as a personality, which is something I want to transfer over to my younger players. So he will be going into a mentor group as soon as possible, basically whenever I remember to actually do it. He's only played a couple of games for us. Yeah, he's not looked great, but he's been getting match fitness. Has he got that already? He's gaining match fitness, but he's also a little bit tired, so we won't be seeing him certainly start today's match against Inter Milan, which is a bit of a shame, but a lot of the squad is just tired at the moment. Rico Lewis, a 24-year-old English fullback. Yes, I went for an English fullback. I didn't actually think I would be, but I know Rico Lewis is actually quite a good player, and it shows. Mentally very strong, physically well-rounded. Technically, he's okay as well, as far as fullbacks go. He is a 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential player. Could still improve significantly, and at 24 years old, yeah, I think he could easily make some improvements, which would be absolutely fantastic. An absolute steal, though, at £1.7 million from Wolves, who paid a stupid amount of money, like nearly £20 million for him in the first place. We got a cut price deal. I felt it'd be too stupid not to take it. Also, in the fact we now officially have a full-time left back for next season, because the other 2 left backs we have, Ariza Balaga and Al Shamari, well, they're both loanees. So we might probably lose them at the end of the season. At least we got Rico Lewis. So that is a big positive. Kotrupi we already went through because he's gone back out on loan. And now we go and see how this squad does in the first match against Inter Milan. Remember what I said, a lot of them are tired somehow, even though we've already had a winter break. Yeah, just have a look at that bench. Lamar, Adli, Fernandez, Jorgensen. Although he's literally just come back from injury. He can only play up to 60 minutes anyway. I'm putting many of them through the under-19s and the second team as it is. Even Rico Lewis is tired. The man's literally just arrived a couple of games ago. So we're not exactly going full strength, but this is going to be the 11 that we are going to send out. Simon is in goal. Back four, Al Shamari, Wu, Dancer and Ferreira. No, actually. Bartelson. Yeah. Does Dancer prefer to play as a ball-winning midfield? Ball-playing defender? No, he doesn't. Bartelson? Oh, he does apparently. We're going to be experimenting with Bartelson as a ball-playing defender against Inter Milan. What am I doing? Vega and Bishabu at the base in the midfield, quite literally defensive midfield. Even Vega's just playing as a deep-lying playmaker right at the base of the midfield. It's something that we've actually just started trying for the Marseille match to see if it actually makes a difference. It made us harder to beat. We're still experimenting here. Miguel Rodriguez, Varchetta and Svedberg across the attacking midfield, with Girotti as the sole striker up front. We have gone back to one up front purely because I'm trying to get defensive solidity, but also try and make use of the wide areas. We didn't have a right winger before, did we? We do now. That's the big difference. 4-2-3-1. And I do feel if there is still big gap in the midfield where we don't have that much in terms of support, I can just drop Varchetta back into a central midfield role, so it's not too big of a change, and he'll easily cover that central midfield role. So let's go out, let's go and see exactly how this is going to work against Inter Milan. Top of Serie A, by the way. Going to be a very, very difficult team to beat. I recognise a lot of those names already. Oh, God help us. I do apologise in advance if this ends up being a very, very long episode. Obviously, we've just had to go through the transfers and the differences in the tactic that we're using. It feels like I'm just going back to a standard formation at this point, but if it makes us harder to beat and we can nick a goal, like on a counter-attack or something, not exactly counter-attack, but nick a couple of goals past the opposition when needed, I'm all for it at this point. Like I said, we've made ourselves hard to beat. 5 draws in 6 league games says everything. And that includes against PSG, where I felt we put up a very good fight, but we were still lacking in the attacking areas. And even in defence, we're still making very sloppy mistakes, which is very frustrating as we're quite far out, high above the stadium, as Vegas goes... No, it is Vega, sorry. I keep getting mixed up between Vega and Vegas for some reason. Has a shot from far out. But you can see already quite a few of the players are tiring. Why is Rodriguez injured again? Oh my goodness. This man is just injury prone. Right, I don't want to risk him. He's had a lot of injuries recently. So... Fernandez is going to come on. I don't know if he's going to be able to last the whole game, but he's got less than an hour officially. We've had half an hour of the game. I mean, he's had some rest, but I'm getting worried about Rodriguez, who's not had a good season for us, mainly because it's been very injury hit, and we've just given the ball away there very sloppily, but luckily Simon is on hand to claw that out of nothing. Steven Vega is shattered. We've got quite a few yellow cards, which is never a good sign. Vega is probably going to have to come off for the second half. I don't think we actually have Rene Lopez on the bench. Let's just go. I'm happy with your performance so far. Let's just keep him happy. Keep him sweet as a nut. Vega is going to have to go off for... Oh, Onana's back from injury. Lovely. So he can play now. Deep line playmaker? I'll tell you what, ball winning midfielder. Let's go with that. If we're able to push forward a little bit more later in the match, then we will do so. But for now, I don't know. Do we stay with the draw or do we try and go for the win? I mean, for the context of the video, I would like to just go for the win, as Jolson Fernandez doesn't even try and win the ball. The tiredness among some of these players is ridiculous at this point, as we have been exposed at the back again. And yeah. Right through the middle. I'm sorry, can I just have a look at that on the replay? Where are my 2 defensive midfielders? So, the ball just gets played from deep by Bastoni. Can I have a look at this? There's Bishabu, Danso, Bartelson. Where's Vega? Is that him there? Hold up, I need to see a different angle. That's Varchetta. So where is... Oh no, it's Onana. Oh, because I got him on support, that's why. Oh dear. I think that's the big reason why that didn't work. Let's just put drop off more a little bit in there. As we get a highlight straight from the off, who knows? Maybe we'll have a response. I did check our compare our team's different ability versus the rest of League On, and we are lacking passing wise, which is quite the shocker. But I think it's actually apparent because obviously Jorgensen's been injured for large parts of the season and we clearly miss him. Oh my god, what are you doing, Onana? Don't tell me you just got sent off. No, you didn't get sent off, but you've just given away a penalty. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's a stroke of luck. That's a big stroke of luck, although they've still got a free kick on the outside. And just off the bar. But we just look at absolute 6s and 7s. I mean, I can try and make us defensively solid all I want, but it just doesn't seem to work. Teams are way, way too strong for us at this moment in time. I do need to make better purchases in the transfer market. But the problem is, for that, you need money. The Junior Onana with a free kick on the edge of the area. Please stick this one in the top bins. Please just stick this in the top of the net. Within the goal. Oh, saved by the keeper. Either it gets saved or it hits the woodwork every time. How many times have I seen that over the last month worth of games? As Danso goes close with a header. I've seen it too many times where we've hit the bar or the post. Usually Giavotti is the one doing that. Right, Bishabu is going to go off. Junior Nana is going to drop in. As a... You know, halfback has been working. And you know what? We are just going to do this, by the way. Varchetta is going to come in as the central midfielder. And Jorgensen. I'll tell you what, Jorgensen, you're going to be the deep line playmaker. We're going to have both of you on defend. Seems counterproductive, but we're going to have Varchetta on a central midfielder role, so he has a license to just get forward as much as humanly possible. In fact, do you know what? We're going to swap you around to the right-hand side. Apparently that makes a difference. It just keeps him out of the clutches of Svedberg on this right-hand side. Central midfielder. Yep, that should do it. And we get ourselves a free kick straight from the off as Svedberg doesn't even bother to chase that down. I don't know what the point of that was. Oh, Varela, what a recovery. Much better from him, much better. Fernandez into Jorgensen. Feels like forever since we've actually seen him. Spent more time on the treatment table than the actual field of play. Forever. Into Jorgensen. Svedberg. Oh, into Varchetta. Fernandez. Goal! What a goal. What a shot. I thought Varchetta was going to take it on, but instead he sees Fernandez to his left. And he makes the correct move. Such a difference to passing, by the way, in the midfield when Jorgensen is there, and that's something I've said far little of this season. In fact, that was poor goalkeeping by Caprile. He really should have saved that, but hey, I'm going to take every single error that I can take from the opposition. As Inter Milan come again here. Danso tries to clear it, and he does, into Jorgensen. Oh, for goodness sake, stop passing it back to our defenders because they just can't play the ball, man. And Lotoro has stuck it in the back of the net. There's calls for offside, but I don't think this is offside. I think this is going to be a goal, and I'm just waiting for them to stick their hands up. It's been disallowed, actually. Keep ourselves on positive. Let's not go mad. Let's just see how offside he was here. Ooh, I thought he was being kept on, actually. I'm not complaining. I'm actually not complaining. Right, we are going to make a substitution now. Rico Lewis is going to come on for João Ferreira. I think that's probably the smart play because João Ferreira is on a yellow card. Thomas Lemar, we're going to see him as well. He's going to come on for Svedberg on the right-hand side. I think that's the last substitution I can actually make, actually. So, 5 substitutes done. Let's see what these guys can do. Can we conjure up a winner? Bartelson! Bartelson scores! It's his second goal of the season, and what a powerful header that was. Hang on, we're 2-1 up with 16 minutes to go. This is territory we're not used to. What a header. He leaps like his life depended on it and plants one in the back of the net. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Nobody expected that. Honestly, it feels like we score once and then just completely forget the ability to score after that anyway. Right, Bartelson, the man of the hour, is right there with the ball. Junior Nana. Varchetta. These three playing together in midfield, by the way, is an absolute joy. Jolson Fernandez, stick one please in the back of the net. You don't understand how happy this actually makes me. Inter Milan 1, Lens 3. I've had to sit through so many games where we missed so many chances. Hold up, we've got 5 minutes left. Right, we're going to just drop back to balance here. Okay, highlights. If we could just end them, that would be fantastic, as I don't know what Al-Shabaab is trying to do here. I know what Giavotti's trying to do, and that could have been number 4. They're the ones having an absolute mare at the back now. our Inter Milan. We're just going to we're going to try and be a bit more disciplined. I can't even get my words out at this point, as we have literally 2.5 minutes left. Lewis on the right hand side, just pass it. Good. Jorgensen. Oh, that was so sloppy. Oh my god, we've been caught napping at the back. Let's just drop the line a little bit more. There we go. As Al Shamari. Oh my god, Al Shamari actually held them off. That is amazing. He did very, very well. That's well played. Well played. And I hope this is just a highlight that will take us through the last minute. So I'm going to try and come back at the end when the highlight is actually done. Unless we go on and score fourth. We've just lost the ball. But hopefully that will be it. We've just masterminded a victory away at Inter Milan. Shout out to the comment section for the tactical advice and the tweaks and the changes that you've recommended. That one was for you. Absolutely fantastic. We didn't even out XG them either. But what a performance. Can we please go and do this in the league now? Right, crikey, I actually ended that recording a little bit early. I got a bit ahead of myself there, but I forgot to show you the actual league table. We are now sitting in 4th, and we're 2 points clear. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back towards the end of the AC Milan game, and we'll then find out if we're able to finish in the top 8. So we do that, we skip the playoff round, and just go straight to the round of 16. Well, we are returning with just under 12 minutes to go, and it is an amazing scoreline of 4-1. A fantastic performance so far, even though AC Milan have just gone and scored again. I put that down to tiredness more than anything. So what we're going to do, we're just going to drop it back to balanced. But yeah, it's been a very good performance, and certainly one that hopefully will be rewarded with a win. I don't know what Danso was trying to do there. He just literally poked a toe out, and then that was about it. But what we're going to hopefully try and do is just hopefully see this game out. I say that we are literally... I don't know what we're trying to do there. Girotti holds the ball up, just passes it back, and that's absolutely fine. AC Milan have started coming back into it more in the last 20 minutes or so, but it's been mostly domination by us as Adli plays the ball in, plays it back to Girotti, and Girotti grabs a nice little cameo goal for his final Champions League match of the league phase. He actually didn't start this game, did Girotti? It was Adli who was starting up front, and he did quite well, did Adli. He was denied a goal himself earlier on by offside, but we've had to bring Girotti on and put Adli out wide because Lamar and Fernandez were just tiring. Lamar, by the way, it says in his report that he's a big game player. He absolutely is. He showed up massively for this one. He's grabbed his first 2 goals of the... well, I was about to say of the season, but no, it's more he's grabbed his first 2 goals in Lens colours, which is very, very pleasing to see. We're just trying to wear down the time as much as possible. We have finished in the top 3 of the Champions League phase. That is an amazing achievement for a club of this size. The XG reflects, even though it's only 1.96, we've out XG'd Milan, and we thoroughly deserved it. I wish I had shown you the game, but I didn't press record because obviously I felt the episode was going quite long. Massive well done, lads. We can't do that in the league, but we can do it in Europe. There's confirmation. 3rd place into the last 16 of the Champions League. We completely avoid the playoff round. Absolutely lovely stuff. £2.41 million in the bank. Give me that sweet money. 47 million. The whole point of me trying to get this up, by the way, is so that we can hopefully get more transfer budget in the summer. So what I'm going to do, increase next season's transfer budget. Hopefully we'll get a response to that very, very soon. I'll let you know in the next episode if that has gone through. But yeah, well done. Lamar showed up, 2 goals, his first 2 goals for the club. £10 million well spent. We've just seen a top quality player in absolute motion. Just to show you the result for the last match as well, off camera, against Rennes in between both Milan games. Yeah, we drew 1-1. Of course we did. So League On shows that we are in 4th place on goal difference from AS Monaco. We need to start winning. We need to start getting some wins on the board. 9 wins. We've got the lowest amount of wins of anyone in the top 5. But we've got a few games now, hopefully, to try and get our form right in the league, minus the little match in the French Cup. But we are going to be back for the Champions League round of 16 in the next episode. The draw's not going to be for a while, so that'll be a nice little surprise for you on Monday. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss the continuation of our Champions League adventure. Also, I hope we'll actually win some matches in the league very, very soon. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for your support on the series so far. Thank you to the comments section for your tactical advice. I'm just the face as the manager of this club. You are the tactical brains. That's how it works around here. Thank you all for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.